Hello guys, how's it going? Kiereek here. Been playing a bit of Supreme Commander. Thought I'd record a few games. Actually, my first couple games on, I guess it would be the Galactic War update they did. So now it's open to everybody, so I thought, why not? I'd join in. I went with Cybran. I don't really know why. I really should have thought it out a bit more, because I realized a lot of the maps afterwards heavily water-based, and I don't know. I'd rather play as UEF or something, or I guess Aeon would work alright if you're just using the floating land units. Either way, so I played a couple games. The first three were against the same dude on the same map. I don't know what happened, it just kept putting me in. But he was like the least confident guy I've ever met. So like, I'm not that good of a player. He wasn't that good of a player, but he's probably like my, same as me, right? So neither of us were that great. But it got to a point where we were facing off in the center, and he kind of chickened out on me, unfortunately. You'll see here, so I tried to make a quick expansion, kind of nonsensical. I wanted to secure that middle and get that mass that's all sit in the center there. I believe he was playing Aeon. Either Aeon or Seraphim, I can't remember off the top of my head, and to be honest, this window is too small for me to tell. Alright, so looking at it a bit closer, it is Seraphim, which is alright. I totally was a little concerned because I was taking a very heavy stance towards the center ground, and obviously he could just send Zuis over across the water, which I didn't really want. He got to the center first, he went gone there straight with his comm, set up his point defense, but what he lacked was radar. So even though hypothetically some of my stuff should have been in his range, it wasn't a big deal because his point defense couldn't see me setting up, right? It can't see me, it can't fire, so it wasn't so much an issue. I got mine up, I got the walls up. I just try to wall him off point defense right now. Not a very good build strategy, you know what I mean? Hindsight is 2020. And like I said, I'm not really that great. I think I built a whole bunch of wall sections over there, and right there I realized my mistake. I'm like, oh fuck. But at least I don't know, maybe I'll put him off from going up there to, it's a feign, I guess. And then yeah, I kind of trying to figure out what I wanted, whether I wanted to go a gun upgrade or a T2 upgrade. Decided on the T2 upgrade. I'm gonna totally crash in power here though, which is not great. And I can see him amassing forces on the other side. Not exactly what I want. So yeah, long term, like I did these 3 games with this guy. I only showed the first two here, because the third one he basically got in the game and then quit. Even though you'll see me try to talk to him, and it's like, hey man, don't worry about it. We can just practice together. We're both beginners, But no, he was quite intent on not continuing. So, whatever. It's his problem, I guess. Yeah, and then I played a couple other ones, but it was very much against people higher than my level, and which I've experienced a lot in Supreme Commander. This is what happens, I guess, because there aren't really that many beginners at the time I play, and so a lot of times I get absolutely messed up, So it looks like from what he's done, he's built a bank of PD. So at this point, I was thinking either I'll invest in T2 and try to break through it. Again, I almost feel like it should have been a good idea for me to invest in some amphibious tanks and just go right by them. The next game I prepared for this a little better, because he's blocked in the middle so hard, and he's actually pretty effective at setting up a wall of point defense. I end up just using bomber harassment, and he succumbs to that pretty quick. Yeah, I feel like they could use a few things. I like the Galactic War idea. A couple of the things I'm not big on to start with the negative news. This at this point is claying mass just to keep him from getting it, to be honest. But yeah, the negative news. It felt like it was very difficult to arrange teams. So like I could ask people to like join my team, my party or whatever, right? But nobody ever seemed to respond. So I don't know if they was all AFK or they just didn't want me. Might be the last one. Wouldn't be surprised. And then the interface for getting into battles I found was a little confusing. You know, you choose your planet, you choose attack, but then it gave me some sort of weird counter, and the counter didn't seem to matter because I would end up in the game either way. So yeah, that was a little confusing for me. I'm sure they'll fix it. It's still very much early build, right? So I'm sure they'll be making it a little more user-friendly in the future. I wish they would change it so that you can't see opponents' names. Because the way they had it now is if I go to make a party, I can totally see the name. See, I underestimate the PD he has here. First couple mantis get squashed, and it's like, holy crap. And then I'm not really paying attention to the spy planes. It allows me to keep seeing his front at least. But really, I should be sending those around to see what else he's up to, right? Again, man, hindsight is horrible for your self-confidence. I'm really crashing hard eco-wise here. Oh, like I said, I'm not that great, and economy is not exactly my strong suit. So I consider building the RAS, upgrading RAS. Whatever, yeah, it leaves me stalemated here for a while, but I'm churning out some mobile missile launchers to try to put a little bit of pressure on him. He certainly doesn't like that. You know what I mean? I launch a couple his way. He's got to put up with it. And I figured I'd just be in for a little bit of a siege until I can take care of his front line, right? So a lot of long-range bombardment, and then I'll walk in. I think by this point I'm already building T2. Yeah, I've been building T2 for a while. You can see the rhinos there. He moves in to try to take out my PD. I think he may succeed with that bottom one there. But just move forward a little bit. Bam, his units are gone. He's invested very heavily in his defenses, not so much in his units. Which allows me to keep pummeling him. And if he moves forward, then I just take care of it, you know? Take care of him the way I should. Oh, now RAS is going, so I'm not crashing as hard. Still crashing very hard. Too hard. But it's a little bit better. At very least, I have lots of power to work with. And can't say no to that. So here I move in. He's got some T2 point defense up. He's got his commander up front. I can't remember if it's the gun upgrade or not. It's kind of hard to tell when I fast forward it. And then bam, he flees the battle. And I was like, I could tell you, wow. I don't really hear back from him this game. Next game I talked to him a bit. And the third game, even more so. So here's the next game. Because it's the same guy and the same map, I kind of got an idea of what I want to do a bit better. So I'm throwing down a lot of power. Still trying to get 2 land factories up just to start pumping out some spam, take that center again. I feel like it's good practice. I don't really have that many games of this under my belt. But, this does the trick. I'm definitely going to try a little bit more. So this was a good intro to Galactic War. But I would like to do a game. I like the bigger team games. I'm not really fond of the one-on-ones because I don't really think I'm a strong enough player yet to pull that off, right? But perhaps, some team battles would be nice. So I'm sending my mole and my first mantis. The first time I sent to that middle one. This time I'm sending to the top, the north cluster of mexes, because I noticed he didn't come to that middle one for a while. And then when he did, by the time he did get there, I totally wasn't paying attention. My guys got destroyed. So this time he's going straight there. I'm like, whatever. I'll prevent him from taking that top one. I believe I just threw down a bunch of PD without really thinking in the center there. I just wanted to control that area this time, right to start. Commander's got to get up there. He's got to set up 280, one on each side. We got some reclaim going, so I'm taking in this mass, and this time actually using it. Now I full bar, not so good. I got more mass than I can possibly spend. I honestly don't understand how I'm making so much mass at this point, because they should be done reclaiming. Oh, he's still reclaiming. But yeah, I don't know. I'll get better at it. So yeah, you can see me typing with him. And he realizes it's me. He gets discouraged. He wants to leave. Says he's never won. It's actually really depressing. But that's alright. In the end, it counts for 3 wins for me. It ranks me up 1. But of course, then I end up fighting a dude that's actually considerably better than me when my rank's kind of false, right? Him running away 3 times doesn't really help me out at all. But that's okay. So I go in and push a little more. He's already got point defense up. I don't really have that much point defense up in order to counter him if he does come at me. But I am pumping out units. And I got my power grids going up. I kind of know what he's up to this time, right? It's the same kind of thing. He's going to blockade that front. So I'm thinking, why do I care about that front? Let's just go around it, right? So I start making some T1 bombers, and the hope is that I can just go take out his mexes, keep taking them out, because if I notice correctly, he doesn't invest in air at all. Like, at all. He makes his little anti-air around the front, but he leaves me completely available to just bomb the crap out of everything else he owns. So I'm throwing an upgrade on my commander here. I don't quite remember what it is, but I don't think it ends up mattering, because I get to the point where I'm just taking the Medusas at him and trying to long range his T1 PD. Sure enough, it's working pretty well. You know, he's not quite ready to counter that. He doesn't have the units to really counter that. I think he makes a push at one point, but it's going to turn out it doesn't matter. You can see my bombers have been circling there. Oop, line up that engineer. He's trying to build a hydrocarbon. I don't remember if he gets it finished. I guess we'll see. Still building land factories. I got that beacon down there too. So now it looks like he's going to leave. He's typing to me he wants to leave and just quit. I'm trying to make him stay, but there's no use. He thinks he's literally the worst player. It's depressing, man. I wouldn't want to be in this guy's shoes. But, yeah. I mean, there he goes. And there's another one later on too. He leaves. Whatever. This is my introduction to Galactic War. I'm enjoying it. I wish they'd change a few things. You guys, if you're out there and you're subcom players, come join me. I would like an opponent that doesn't flee, and I want beginners, someone at my level here too. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.